Hey, what's up, guys? Kaufman is Alive YouTube channel. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, X-Men 97, number 4. This is the final issue of the X-Men 97 miniseries. It's written by Steve Foxe, and Salva Espin is the artist. And Todd Knock does the cover art here. Really cool cover. I really like this cover. Fit in on any X-Men title, I feel like. Not just this animated spin-off. Got Sinister punching through all the X-Men here. They're all like on petri dishes. Got some Marauders down here. Really like this cover. Todd Knox a really excellent artist. He's got kind of an animated looking style. I think if he had done the interiors on this book, um, probably would have kicked it up to the next level there. We'll get into this book here. As you can see, I feel like the art kind of takes a bit of a downturn, but they're trying to keep it in the animated style. We got Trish Tilby here, the news reporter, reporting on how the Marauders had busted into a public establishment, but the X-Men were there to stop them. And the X-Men are at Jean Grey's parents' house for a baby shower. And in this moment here, we see how Jean can't really remember some of the things that her mom and dad are saying to her. She confides into Storm that she's been having some memory lapses recently, and she just chalks it up to being an expecting mother. And but as we know, this is actually hinting at the fact that it's not Jean Grey, but actually Madeline Pryor. So this is really the first mention of that storyline at all in this miniseries. So, and if you weren't aware, this miniseries takes place after the events of the original X-Men animated series, but before X-Men 97, the new show that came out before those episodes. So this is like a prequel to that. So of course the Marauders attack as we expected them to do. All 4 issues, the X-Men have been battling the Marauders here. We've got Sienna Blaze, Harpoon, Arclight. There's this Riptide. There's Hazard. So, a B-list team of villains for sure. And even though we got Sinister on the cover here, he really has nothing to do in this issue or in this series. He sent the Marauders after the X-Men. He's interested in Scott and Jean's baby, but he doesn't really do anything. So he's just kind of the guy in the chair. I like this splash page a lot. This is probably one of my favorite pages from this entire series. Obviously, it's a take on the animated intro. Got the Marauders on one side, X-Men on the other. One of the better drawings in this series, for sure. Not much to the background, though. Just a fence and a house. So. And then we've got Morph all through this issue. He's morphed into Daredevil, and now he's morphing into Juggernaut. Taking full advantage of Morph's powers, drawing some of these guys here. But they keep drawing it with the Morph face, as you'll see. We got Jubilee battling Prism here. Hazard is battling Cyclops and Bishop. And they're all kind of having a little bit of trouble with everyone they're battling with. So here we get Sabretooth and Sinister. And kind of a disappointing resolution to this whole partnership. Sabretooth basically just says the Marauders need me more than I need them. And if they can't beat the X-Men without me, I don't need them. And he just leaves, so whatever. The X-Men continue battling the Marauders here. These are some good drawings. I like these. These are pretty good. It kind of picks up once the action kicks in, I feel like. Beast is telling Jean she should probably stay back because she's expecting. She says she's still an X-Man if the X-Men need her. So she ends up taking out Arclight here. She puts her to sleep using her mental telepathy, which helps save Scott. And while they're regrouping, Scott decides to ask Logan what he thinks they should do, which is kind of a nice little character moment between those two. And Wolverine says they should switch dancing partners since they've been having trouble. So that's what they do. They all switch who they've been fighting. We get a little Wolverine Hulk callback here in this panel with Prism's reflection in the claws there. Really thick looking claws. So they all switch partners. Bishop takes care of Harpoon. Jubilee takes care of Hazard. Beast takes care of the Riptide. And Storm and Rogue team up to take out Sienna Blaze, who seems to be the most powerful Marauder. We get Morph turning into Iron Man here. He's still got the little Morph face, though. It's like a silly little Iron Man face here. It looks very cartoonish. And the X-Men succeed. You can almost hear the music in the background. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, okay. So X-Men save the day. Morph turns into Valerie Cooper. So Jubilee says, hey, you know, let's get these losers locked up already. We've got a baby shower to finish. Does she not remember that the Marauders just, like, destroyed Jean Grey's parents' house, basically? Like, what is she talking about? So then we get, from the last issue, there was this agent who was going after the X-Men. He's in jail with Peter Gyrick. Looks like they're going to team up in the future. And then we get some little backstory here with what Emma Frost and Magneto are up to. She's got Charles Xavier's last will and testament, and she's going to show it to Magneto, which is what we find out what happens in the first episode of X-Men 97. And right down here we get Sunspot, who's learning of his powers for the first time. So little previews of everything that's about to happen in the series coming up after this issue. And we get our final splash page of all the X-Men. This is a really nice drawing. Got the Blackbird in the background. All the X-Men charging towards you. It says never the end. So, real nice solid page here to end this issue and end this series. The X-Men 97 prequel comic. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Don't know if I can really recommend it unless you're a huge X-Men 97 fan or an X-Men fan in general. I'd recommend it in that case. Other than that, though, you know, the art isn't all that great, and the storylines are basically like cartoon storylines, so not much depth to them, not much substance. But fun comic book. I'll give it that much, and I really like the Todd Knott covers. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thanks for subscribing. If you haven't yet, please do, and I'll see you on the next video.